Hi, my name is Claudia Brown Coulter with Brownie Culture. I'm a divorce mediator and I help you create a customized divorce so that you can uncouple consciously and respectfully. So, today I want to talk to you about co parenting versus parallel parenting. Before I do, if you're joining me live, please say hello and let me know where you're tuning in from. And if you are watching the replay, go ahead and hashtag replay. So, as you can see behind me, no, wait, wrong hand. Here we go. As you can see behind me, a lot of my content has to do with California, but this is actually something, it doesn't matter where you live, and it doesn't matter if you're in the United States or not. This concept of co parenting versus parallel parenting can be applied anywhere and wherever you are. Even if you're never been married, if you share children, then this is a video for you. Now, I want to briefly explain what co-parenting is and then what parallel parenting is. And then at the end, throw some situations at you so you can decide how you would feel. And that will help you decide if you should parallel parent or co-parent. Now, co-parenting is all the rage. It's like, I'm a co-parent. Yeah, we're co-parenting. Yeah, we're awesome. And I'm like, uh, sometimes I don't feel that awesome, right? And if you are married, we're married to someone, and now, it's not like you're like, am I co-parenting? Wait, they're a parent, I'm a parent, we're both parenting our children. That must be co-parenting. And guess what? That's actually not correct. I know it's a bit nuts. You can say, I think you think co-parenting. We are both parents. We're no longer married. We are both their parents. We're co-parenting. But let me really explain to you what co-parenting is. So when you co-parent, that means you can problem solve together. Your conflict level is not very high. It's very low. So you can problem solve and find the best interest for your child. When you co-parent, you respect the right of the other parent to parent in the way that they see best, short of abuse. No one thinks that's okay, but to allow them to parent the way that they see is right for their household, and also to respect the relationship that their child has with your child has with their other parent, and to kind of, for lack of a better term, bless that relationship and let your children have a great relationship with their other parent. So when you're co-parenting, you're not picking up your child and quizzing them, and what did you eat, and what did you do, and who did you see, and did you do this, did you do that, did you not do this, did you not do that. You are also, that's kind of like spying on them. You're spying on your ex and trying to keep tabs on him or her, who came to your house, or what are they feeding you. You're also, as a co-parent, not giving directives like, don't watch that. Okay, yeah. There, obviously, if you've got a 5-year old, you don't want them to be watching rated R movies. Okay, but can you really control what happens at that other person's house? So when no, you can't. So when you co-parent, you are letting go, and you are allowing that other person, you're letting go of control and understanding that that child is not in my house anymore. I don't have control. If it's really important, I need to have a conversation of, why are you letting them watch the scary movies or this or that. But as a co-parent, you let go. You're not telling them, you're not exercising enough. So when you are going to your dad's house, you need to do 25 jumping jacks today and 50 jumping jacks tomorrow. You let that other person parent the best way they can. Um, Also, one of the beauties about co-parenting is there's more flexibility in the parenting plan. So when you co-parent, it really takes a lot of humility to go, this is what the plan that we have on paper, or this is that we created in mediation, or we created with our attorneys in a settlement conference, or that the judge gave us. But you know what? Jimmy and Sally are really having a hard time because they're 3 and 4. they need a little more time with mommy, or maybe daddy was a primary caregiver. They need a little bit more time with daddy. So there's flexibility there where your ego's not necessarily going to get bruised. You can be more flexible and kind of create things and alter things as you go, even if you have to go back to mediation and say, we're going to agree to this plan for time being. Also, as your children get older, as they're adolescents, it also requires more flexibility because maybe they want to go to the school dance but dad lives 3, 4 cities away and doesn't want to take them. So then they might want to stay with mom or other dad, however your situation is. So it requires more flexibility to respect that child and allow that child to say, I really want to go here. Can I stay with dad or mom tonight so that I can go to the school dance? So it requires that flexibility, and that might be uncomfortable for people. Now, the other way to think about parenting plan post-divorce is doing parallel parenting. And sometimes it gets a bad rap. You won't see parallel parenting by its name getting a bad rap, but it's the undercurrent of there's only one good way to parent post-divorce, and the only good way to parent post-divorce is co-parenting. And that's just not true. Okay. So don't let anyone shame you if you're like, I can't co-parent. It's not working. That's okay. It's okay. You're not doing anything wrong. If co-parenting doesn't work for you, that's fine. And you know why that makes sense? Because you got a divorce. You got a divorce. You were probably arguing a lot before you got your divorce. And the last thing you want is like, I don't really want to see your face every day or have to talk to you or pick up the phone. Oh my God, I do not want to talk to you. And you smile. But those are the thoughts that are going on in your head. So you got divorced for a reason. So it makes sense that you might not be able to start out with co-parenting. Now, as time goes on, maybe you can transition there. But let me explain a little bit about parallel parenting. When you parallel parent, part of the reason is because interactions between the two of you are difficult. And because of that difficulty, you can't necessarily problem solve. And so the conflict gets high. And now you might have been triggered with that last statement. The hair on the back of your neck may have stood up like, it's not my fault. I hear a lot, it takes two to tango. Does it really? Because if you strap me on and tie me to you and put my hands in position and you start tangoing, don't I have to go with you? Right? I can be on protest, but if I'm strapped to you, we're going to tango. So there are a lot of situations where it does take two to tango, but when you were married to somebody who was high conflict, or maybe they turned out high conflict, or maybe that was exposed in the divorce, it is very, very hard. You may be doing everything you can to prevent conflict, but there is conflict. Okay. So when I say that you can't interact or it's difficult to solve problems, I'm not actually blaming you. I don't know you. And even if I do know you, it's not my right to blame you. You know your situation. And you know if you're like, yeah, that's true. I'm just trying to make their lives difficult because it makes me feel a little bit better. Okay, then maybe you should stop. But if you're like, I'm doing everything I can to be a good parent and be a respectful ex, but there's conflict every time I say something, this other person has to get their way. Okay, then when you know that that's your situation. So you have to do the best you can do. So when I say that you can't get along or things like that, I'm not pushing blame onto you. Okay? Know your situation. I'm just kind of laying things out there, knowing that it could be the two of you not getting along. It could be the one of you making things difficult. Okay. So in parallel parenting, there is limited contact. So you really try to limit your contact. So right now, I'm filming this on October 19th. We're still in the United States in the midst of coronavirus up in California, California. Kids are still in online school. So if you have a parenting plan where the exchanges happen at school and so you really only see your ex, during the summertime or during vacations, you've been seeing them like multiple times a week since March. I'm sorry. I know it's hard. I feel your pain. So, but and ideally, when things get uh, back to normal, you have limited contact with them. So you're not calling them, you're not texting them, and the communication you have with them does not happen in real time. It doesn't it could happen on text message, but most of the time it happens on some sort of court approved app like Talking Parents or Fair or Co-Parenter or what, like there are several out there. One of them just slipped my mind. And you do that because it allows you time to respond, and it kind of forces more respectful communication, because you can submit those to court if you have to go back to court. You don't we're not going back to court, because we're going to do our best to become people who, don't create extra conflict. And if that's you, not you, and you don't create extra conflict, okay, that's good. Hopefully we're going to get your other person there too. So co-parenting, the term co-parenting in the truest sense, requires a level of maturity that says my child is more important than my hurt feelings or what happened in this marriage or my feelings for my ex. Therefore, I'm going to put them aside and do my best to create peace, not only in my life, but in my relationship with my ex for my child. So you might not be there right now. It might be too fresh. Even 2, 3 years later, it might be too fresh. Hopefully that will come in time. Hopefully your ex will see, yeah, he's not trying to hurt me. She's not trying to hurt me. They're not trying to destroy my relationship with the kids. I can be more flexible, but it requires maturity on both of your parts. So you may be mature and they may not be mature. Okay, so that's just going to take time. One of the things I would say, if you know that your ex, or at this point, if you know that your soon to be ex tends to be high conflict, they tend to be kind of drama, I would not include a first right of refusal in my parenting plan. Don't put that in there. I'm not an attorney. I'm not giving you legal advice. I'm giving you advice as a friend. Like, don't put that in there, because if you don't have a good relationship with your soon to be ex, then every time you have to go out of town, or every time you've got a business meeting, or every time you go out for coffee and you leave your child with a babysitter or your mom or something like that, before you can do that, you've got a certain amount of time. And if it goes over that time, let's say you're taking a class and it's an all-day class, well, if it goes over that time, you got to go to your ex and tell them all your business, and then see if they want the child. And then if they don't want the child, you can make other plans. So unless you know that you're going to be able to really work together, I wouldn't include that in my parenting plan if I were you. I would say don't do that, because it it creates an opportunity for them to be able to see into your life and see what's happening in your life, and you may not want that. All right. So, how to decide if co-parenting versus parallel parenting is for you. So, I want you to think about some very, very specific situations. And okay, so I went over what co-parenting is. I went over what parallel parenting is. So you can kind of have an idea, and you basically know you got to get along really well to co-parent, or if not really well, you're working towards it and it's good, and you can work out your differences. And there's no fireworks. You're not sleeping together again. No, no, no. We're not getting back together. So we're not doing those types of things. But you can get along and solve problems. And you know that with parallel parenting, there might be, embers might still be hot, tensions might still be high. So you're going to kind of back it off and just have a business, formal relationship. Okay, you're not sharing personal information. So I want you to think about holidays. If you are co-parenting on the holidays, that means that your ex might come to your house for Thanksgiving. Or you and the kids might go to your ex's girlfriend or boyfriend, their new boyfriend or their new girlfriend to their house for Thanksgiving. If you're like, I'm cool with that, put a 1 in the chat right now. I'm cool with that. I could do that. If you're like, over my dead body, put a 2. Okay, so if you put a 1, yeah, you could do co-parenting in that situation. If you put a 2, stick with parallel parenting. Here's another thing. Birthdays. So it is your birthday. It's your child's birthday, and you decide to have a joint birthday party. You have a birthday. You guys decide we're going to have a birthday party for our daughter. She is turning 12, and it's going to be at the ice skating rink, and all her friends are going to be there, and we're going to be there, and we're going to buy food together. We're going to go in together on a present. We're going to share the cost of the party. If you think you could do that, put a 1 in the chat. If you're like, I don't think my soon-to-be ex would ever do that, put a 2. That's more parallel parenting. I want you to think about Wednesday night dinners. So your child is with you and they miss their father or they miss their mother, and you call up and say, hey, our kids are missing you. You free? You want to come over for dinner? Are you cool with that? If you're cool with that, that's co-parenting. If you're not quite, you might be in the realm of parallel parenting. Now, the last thing I want you to think about, also, let me go back to birthdays. It's your day with your child, but it's their other parent's birthday. You should have your child get their parent a birthday present. Yes, you should. But do you call your ex? Do you send them a message? Do you ask, hey, it's my day, but it's your special day. Would you like the children to be with you today? Do you give up your custodial time for that day because it's their birthday? Because some people include that in their plan, but some people don't. So that's something else to think about. If you're like, I'm cool with that. Yeah, they should be with their parent. And I know that other person would do the same for me. You're right in line for co-parenting. If you're like, I'm cool with that, but I don't think they would do the same for me because Mother's Day just passed and I didn't see my kid for like 2 days. So maybe then you're more on parallel parenting. You don't want to give up that extra time because you know you won't see it on the end. Okay. And then the last thing I want you to think about is your extended family and their extended family. So if you go to birthday parties, it's not just you and them and their friends, your kids' friends. It's your extended family. It's their extended family. Holidays are like that too. So don't worry about their people. Think about your people. Are your people, your mother and father and brothers and sisters and nieces and nephews and cousins and uncles and whoever comes to your holiday celebration, and they know all the drama, they know all the dirt, do they want to see them on Thanksgiving? Because if they don't want to see them on Thanksgiving, that's okay. But if there is bad blood there, then you really want to keep things separate for a time for parallel parenting because they're invested too. They got hurt too when the divorce happened. Part of the way to mitigate that, if you're like, I really want to co-parent with this person, I think this would be really, really good for our kids, is you have to control what you say about your ex. That is so hard. It's so hard because you're like, I'm just being honest. And yes, you are. But it is so hard to control sometimes what we say about our ex, especially when we're in the throes of divorce and it hurts so much. But if you are just beginning to enter a divorce and you think you might want to co-parent, which if you're going through mediation, you might be on that track to like, I think I could probably co-parent because we already decided we can't be married anymore. We're going to do mediation. We don't want to destroy one another. So then the next thing you do is you don't destroy one another with your words. We know I hope you know that we don't destroy one another with our words to our kids, right? We don't be like, yo, daddy. Ugh. I laugh because I have family members do that about my dad, but they were his family members, be like, oh, your dad, he crazy. But that wasn't my mom's side of the family. That was his side. That's on, and he is. I love my dad. But you need to, when you talk to your family members about your divorce, you have to let them know up front. He wasn't great. I wasn't great, or she wasn't great. I wasn't great. We weren't perfect, but we want to make the best for our kids. And so please support us in this. Please help us. You'll probably, maybe not right away, but within a year or two, you will probably see us at these family events. I'm going to do my best to speak respectfully of them. Please do your best to respect them. So that can go a long way. Now, if you were in high conflict and your divorce is a result of an affair and then a cover up and then campaign smear and lying because your ex has narcissistic tendencies, that's going to be a lot harder and it might not be the healthiest thing for you. Guess what? That's okay. Co-parenting is a great goal, but it might not be possible for you. So don't receive any judgment or condemnation. No. This video is just to educate you so you can really think about what type of parenting is best for me. Now, if you have an ex who's high conflict and likes to be like, but I want to look good and I'm going to call it co-parenting because it looks good, let them. But in your mind, you just call it parallel parenting. You just be like, okay. You too, boo. Have a good day. And you just call it parallel parenting and you just mind your own business. Okay. That is all I have for you today. I know that's a lot and I know that's heavy. You might need to watch this again. If you've got more questions about co-parenting versus parallel parenting, I would love to have them. I would love to read them. So if you could put them down below and let me know your questions, I'll get back to them as soon as I see them because I'm here to answer your questions and help. And then if I need to do a different video, I would love to do that. You guys have a great day and I will see you next Monday. Bye.